Hello and welcome back to another video. We're in our off-grid home in Mexico. We're in a box canyon up high, so we have an vantage point that is higher than down in the valley where the little pueblo is. And on December 11th, at about 3 in the morning, I got up to use the restroom. We leave these curtains open all the time because I like to look at the city lights. And I like to look at the ocean on full moons. And I got up to use the restroom, and I saw a light that I have never seen before. There is a mountain over here that there is no homes, there's nothing on those mountains. I have never saw light in those mountains. And that morning, when I went to use the restroom, I came back and I noticed this big light, enormous light. And you tell me what you think it is. So we are going to go for a little walk just around this mountain right here to get on the other side, because the other day when I was chasing some birds out here with my drone, I flew my drone on the other side of this mountain and lost signal. So the drone set up where it'll automatically come back if it loses signal. So that's a great feature about the drone. So it came back home, but before it did that, I discovered something. It was a little cavern, or actually a rather sizable cavern up on this cliff edge around the corner. And it appears there could be some exterior walls that were built maybe from, ancient civilization. Maybe the Native Americans out here built something up here. That's one of my favorite things to do of all times, is explore and discover new things, new places. And it fascinates me that simple life back hundreds, thousands of years that you look at living off the land, but we're living in our little off-grid home here behind me. And that's our dream, is to live off the land, to grow our own food, maybe get some chickens in the future, but we're completely off-grid here. We're doing some exploration today. We live off of solar and we have our water hauled in. That's what we're going up. We got to get up through all this. We're bushwhacking. There's no trails out here. You just go right through all this stuff here. Just bushwhack it. That's what you gotta do. You want to watch out for snakes too while you're doing this. This is not a safe place. Some snakes. They're still out here, that's for sure. It never gets cold out here enough to really make them hibernate. So I think they're out here year round. That's probably why there's so many snakes here. There is tons and tons of snakes out here. I mean tons, and different kinds. Just freaking all kinds of different rattlesnakes, different everything. Just tons of snakes. If you're afraid of snakes, this is not where you want to go. I was watching an episode of Tales of the Superstition Mountain, and they were talking about how they couldn't trace the gold of the Lost Dutchman's mine, and that they found that strange, that nobody's ever been able to prove where the gold actually came from that the Lost Dutchman, the Dutchman had. And then there's other people or professionals claiming that, it couldn't have came from the Superstition Mountains because those mountains, old lava flows, millions, billions of years ago. And well, it comes to find out that some of the richest veins of gold that's ever been discovered was in lava flows. Look at this thing. Looks like quartz to me. I mean, I'm no geologist, but that looks like a quartz vein. Looks like a little bit of gold in there too. It's a beautiful rock, but you tell me. Is there gold in them there hills? Look at this quartz vein here. It follows this rock all the way down. There's a way of it. It's all the way in the edge of this rock. Look at the ocean view. They're building down in here. You can, I don't know if you can see the tractor down there, but this little place is growing. A lot of Americans are actually out here. I'm surprised how many there is. But I moved here because it's not as Americanized. You know, in Puerto Peñasco, Rocky Point, and San Carlos, it's so Americanized that I just don't feel like I'm in Mexico as much in those areas. And I love Mexico. I love the Mexican culture, so I prefer it here. I'm in Mexico. Be careful putting your fingers inside of rocks. First of all, that rock could come down. Second of all, you could grab a rattlesnake. Look how loose this stuff is. Whoa! No kidding. That's where you go. You see how that rock's all loose on that mountain over there? That's what this mountain is too. Mom, it's not as bad as it looks. Holy shit. Yeah, it's not that bad. But it's freaking starting to get pretty bad. All this rock. I hope this cave's worth it. I was hoping to find a place to stop and fly the drone. I gotta turn this off because I really do need my hands now. This is dangerous. Well, evidently I took the wrong ledge because this one goes nowhere. So it's that ledge up there and it's not the right way. So I'm gonna come over, probably just sit there and fly the drone. So this is supposed to create pressure for my entire house. And it goes on top of this pump. It screws into there. You see this? Screws into there, and it goes inside of this pump. And that is what's going to regulate the pressure for our pipes. Whew! Let's hope that works. I came across a problem here, folks. Hi. It's only in Spanish. Now, I can curse in Spanish, but I can't do anything else in Spanish. Yeah, my Spanish is not that great. But I plan on becoming a Mexican citizen. So I better start learning the Spanish. And I've been coming here for 20 years, I told you guys. I'm a slow learner. And looks like I've got some buttons and so forth, things to... Oh, I see. No, pressure regulator, I'm assuming. Pressure valve. It's got to be put in there. And here's my electric wires. And yeah, interesting. I know exactly what I'm doing. Cut this out. Cut this out of the video. This won't be in the video. Driving back in the fog with my sunglasses. Can you figure that one out, huh? You might be a redneck if you drive back in a foggy day with your sunglasses on. I didn't even realize I had my sunglasses. It was sunny a second ago.
Well, that's what happened to me. I guess it happened all the time. Every time